Welcome back to part 3 of my beginner guitar series. Today we're going to go over chord switching. Now, a lot of people who are just starting out with the guitar, they really struggle with it. They think it's super difficult, but I'm telling you there's a technique to it, and with enough practice, it can become like second nature. So today we'll be going over how to switch chords properly, and at the end I'll give you all a bunch of exercises to practice to make chord switching super quick and easy. So, firstly, with chord switching, what we do not want to do is this. Right? Open your hand super big. Because it's sloppy, it's harder to do in time with the song. And on top of all that, you cause the strings to ring out, right? When you do this sort of pull-off motion. So when we are going to switch chords, what we want to do are small, gentle control moves. See the difference in the sound quality when I'm doing this and when I'm doing instantly sounds sloppy when I'm doing these huge motions. So we want to keep our motions small. So when we are switching chords, we want to make it as easy as possible for us to do so. So what does that mean? That means if you have two chords, right, and they have similar notes or they're very close in position, you want to move as little as possible. Let me show you an example, right? When it comes to switching chords, we want to make it as easy as possible for us to be able to do our switching. So if we have two chords that are in similar positions or they're very close to each other and there's a finger that can be moved right over, right? We want to do that instead of trying to think of it as a new shape. So for example, a common one, E minor to C. These chords have a few things in common. They both have this note. They both have an open G. Both have an open high E, right? So when we're playing this E minor, if I know I have a C major coming, I'm not going to play this E, because then I have to pick up my ring finger and change things like that. I'm going to play my E with my ring and my pinky, because all I have to do to get to the third fret of the A is slide my ring finger over. Then look how my hand naturally is. Everything is already in position. This is how we want to think about switching chords. It's a positional thing and a muscle memory thing, but we have to make it easier for ourselves. Let's look at another common example. E major to A minor. These chords are very similar in shape. If you notice, they're just being moved down. So when we switch between these chords, literally just take the shape straight down instead of doing something like this where you're making a whole nother shape when you can keep the exact same finger position here, right? However you play it, even if you play it with your middle and ring, same shape. All you have to do is transplant it. And that's the idea behind switching chords more fluidly. It's not all about muscle memory. That's a big part of it, but a lot of it is technique. It's setting yourself up to be in a position to switch in an easier way. Now I'm going to give you all some exercises that you can practice, which will help you with your switching a lot. First exercise. This is how it's going to go. Just watch for now. So, the chords I played were E minor, G, C, A minor, and D. If you don't know those chords, that's okay. You're about to learn them. So first we start with our E minor. Open E, second fret of the A, second fret of the D. And we strum every string. Then we have G, middle finger on the third fret of the low E, index finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the high E. We're going to strum every string. Then we have a C chord, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D, and our index finger on the 1st fret of the B. We'll strum every string from the A string down. Then we have A minor, open A, our ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D, pinky on the 2nd fret of the G, and our middle finger on the 1st fret of the B. We'll strum from the A string down. Then lastly, we have a D chord, our index finger on the 1st fret of the G, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. We'll strum from the D string down. Now let's practice the exercise. We're going to strum each chord down 4 times, and I want you to take as much time as you need in between switching chords. It's important to have good form. Slow and smooth is going to end up being nice and fast as you keep practicing. All right? So go with me. We're going to go super slow, starting on E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's switch to D. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do it one more time. All right, starting on E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your time to switch to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's switch to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's switch to A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, let's switch to D. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to begin with A minor. We're going to strum it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on to A. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now to A7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go back to A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now back to A. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now A7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. For exercise number 3, we'll be switching between E minor, E, and E7. We're going to do the same thing strumming wise that we've done for all these exercises. 4 down strokes. We're going to take our time. All right? Get ready. 2, 3, 4. E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. E. 2, 3, 4. E7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. E minor. 1, D7. 1, 2, 3, 4. For our last exercise, we'll be switching between D minor, D7, and D major. If you don't know how to play these chords, here's how you do it. Middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and index finger on the 1st fret of the high E. This is D minor. Now for D7, we keep our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G, we put our index on the 1st fret of the B, and our ring finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. We strum down from the D string. Now for D, we take our index finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the G, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. We're going to strum down from the D string. Now for this exercise, we're strumming each of these chords 4 times, and I want you to take your time switching in between the chords, alright? Let's start with D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. D7. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. D7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, we're doing all these exercises very slowly. What I want you to do as you get more used to them is take smaller and smaller pauses until it sounds fluid, almost like a song. So right now, we're playing like this. Taking our time, finding the next chord, right? But as you keep practicing, the goal should be to get it to sound like this. These are all very useful exercises to practice, and these are chords that you'll have to play a lot, and you'll often have to switch between them in a similar order to what I showed you today as you go on learning music in these first 3 frets. So your homework for this week is to keep on practicing these chords, practice these changes, practice making better decisions when it comes to putting your fingers in certain places to be easier to change. And next week, we'll have the next lesson. It's going to be about reading tabs. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments below, and thank you for watching.